given a gift, the power to design society from scratch. Healthcare, education, taxes, punishment. You get to decide who gets what, who's protected, who's left behind. Most of us would say we'd be fair. We'd build something just, something humane. But here's the catch. After you've made your choices, after the rules are locked, you randomly discover who you are in the world you just built. Rich or poor, healthy or sick, lucky or not. Would you still like the rules you made? When we think about fairness, we think from where we stand. We imagine ourselves in the middle, capable, reasonably healthy, able to work. We assume we'll be fine, and so the rules we design, consciously or not, tend to protect people like us. We don't mean to be unfair, we just forget. We forget that we didn't choose where we started. We forget that the hand we were dealt wasn't earned, it was drawn. In 1971, a philosopher named John Rawls asked a simple question. What kind of society would we build if we didn't know who we'd be in it? He called it the veil of ignorance. You design the rules, but you don't know if you'll be born rich or poor, able-bodied or disabled, part of the majority or the margin. Rawls believed that behind this veil, we'd finally think clearly. We'd stop designing for ourselves and start designing for everyone, because anyone could be us. This exercise doesn't just test fairness, it exposes something deeper. It shows us how much of our moral reasoning is shaped by where we already stand. We say we believe in hard work, but we forget that not everyone starts at the same line. We say we believe in consequences, but we forget that some people were never given a real choice. We say we believe in fairness, but when resources are limited, someone always loses. The question is, who were you willing to sacrifice? And did you assume it wouldn't be you? This isn't just a thought experiment. It's the world we live in. Every policy, every law, every budget decision, someone is designing the rules. And most of the time, they already know where they'll land. The wealthy write tax codes, the healthy design insurance, the powerful draw the borders, and they rarely imagine themselves on the other side. But what if they had to? What if every lawmaker had to live 1 year as the poorest person affected by their decisions? What if every voter had to ask, would I accept this if I didn't know who I'd be? Fairness isn't natural. It's a discipline. It requires us to imagine lives we'll never live, to feel the weight of outcomes we'll never face. And most of us don't. Not because we're cruel, but because it's hard. It's easier to believe the world is fair, that people get what they deserve, that luck is earned. But deep down, we know we didn't choose our parents, our country, our health, our starting point. We drew cards and we built our beliefs around the hand we got. So here's the question. Not for politicians, not for philosophers, for you. If you had to design a society today, knowing you might wake up tomorrow as anyone in it, what would you build? Would you protect the vulnerable, even if it cost you something? Would you soften the punishments, even for people you fear? Would you share more, even if you had less? Or would you quietly hope that the lottery would land in your favor? We don't get to redesign the world, but we do get to ask ourselves, am I living by rules I'd accept if I didn't know who I was? That's not a policy question. It's a mirror, and what you see in it says more about you than any belief you claim to hold. For more questions that sit with you after the video ends, where we explore what it means to think clearly, live honestly, and treat each other like we matter, subscribe to Echoes of Reasoning, because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs people willing to look in the mirror